You don't have to be in crisis to know that you need change in your life. Sometimes the biggest sign that you need to raise your standard is that quiet voice in your head saying, this isn't it. I'm not living up to my potential. I'm not who God created me to be, or living up to the standard that God has created me to be, the gifts, the talents, and the time that God gives us on this earth to serve. I'm not living up to it. So today I'm going to give you 5 signs that it might be time right now for you to raise your standard. Welcome back to the Standard Podcast. My name is Chris Cavnar. I'm your host, and if you're here, for the first time, I am a man on a mission who is trying to make sure that personally I do not live below what God created me to be, that I live my life to the fullest, because tomorrow is never promised. And I want to share that with you. And if I can help just one other person out there to raise the standard in their life, to change their life for the better, then this is all worth it for me. So welcome to the podcast. Let's dive into the 5 signs that it may be time to raise your standard. Today's episode is very personal to me. I've been in the spot when I didn't even realize that I was drifting. Showing up every day, getting things done, but inside feeling like I just wasn't who I was meant to be. Like just kind of going through the motions, checking the boxes. You're not broken, you just outgrown the standard that I had set for my life, and you too, right? So raising your standard is not a bad thing. So let's recap real quick and reset the foundation for what exactly is a standard, right? A standard is where the floor, the line in the sand that you refuse to fall below. It is not the goal, it is not the peak of what you're trying to achieve in life. It is the minimum standard that on a daily basis you are not going to live below. These are your habits, your thoughts, your actions, and aligning yourself with who you are meant to be and whose you are meant to be in this life, right? And for me, you all know I am a devout follower of Jesus Christ. He is the person in the flesh that I try to follow and mimic in my life. And I am a sinner. I fail every day, but I get up and I say, hey God, let's do this again. Where can I change a standard set in my life for the better? So here we go. Let's dive into 5 signs that tell us that, hey, I may need to change a standard. I may need to raise a standard in one or multiple categories of our life. So let's go. All right, guys, so number 1 sign that, hey, I keep saying I'm going to start this, I'm going to get it done this week, and then it gets put off to next week. And I'm going to get it done this week, and it gets put off to next week, right? And if anybody knows what that is like and how that feels, I do, right? This happens to me on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. I have to stop myself and say, why do I keep putting this off? Do I need to change my goal? No, the goal is what God put in my heart. I need to change how I'm going about accomplishing that goal and setting a standard that will ensure that I get this done today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but today. Take action. Life is short. It is not guaranteed. And so we have to take the steps necessary. So number 1, if you keep putting something off and you know that this goal is important to you and God put it in your heart, that is the number 1 reason why you should reset your standard in your life and take a hard look at it. Number 2, you're so busy, you are go, but you're not fulfilled. Man, let me say that again. You're busy, you're busy. And there's a difference between being busy and being productive towards the goals that you have set in your life, right? So if you are feeling like you're busy but you're not fulfilled, you don't want to get out of bed in the morning, when you go to bed at night, you just feel like, what did I do today that fulfilled me, that filled my inner peace, that brought me joy, that filled my heart with love and contentment and fulfillment, and being able to go to sleep and just feeling really good about how you spent your day. So if you are super busy and you're go, but not feeling fulfilled, that's another great sign. God's telling you, that little voice in your head is telling you, hey, I need to raise the standard in my life pertaining to this goal. Number 3, right? Your relationships are on autopilot. What does that mean, right? Like maybe you identify with that immediately. I know I do, right? I know exactly what it feels like for my relationships to be on autopilot. I know in my heart, in the back of my mind, I am not serving those in my life at times, and I need to raise my standard there, right? Especially at home. If you are with this person, you have children, whatever it may be, the important people in your life, the important relationships in your life, if you have them on autopilot, right? Turn it off. And let's raise the standard in that category. How can I spend more time, or how can I show my loved ones in my life that I love them on a regular basis and that they feel it? Not how I think it should go, but what is it that they need from me as the leader in their lives and in my life to show them love, to make sure they know that they are so important to me. I'll give you a great example, right? I have 3 wonderful kids, Sebastian, Chloe, and Dylan, right? And I love them. They are a piece of my heart. They are so important to me. But I have many times in the past gotten so busy with life and work and all the responsibilities that come with being an adult in this world and having, great relationships. I just put them on autopilot. Right? Like, hey, love you. Hey, how's it going? But not anything deep. Not actually dedicating time to each one of them to show them that I love them. I mean, as of recently, something I've done to raise the standard in my life with my kids is to reach out to them on a regular basis. They are all 3 young adults. They're living their lives. We're super proud of them, but it is really easy at this point in my life with my kiddos to become disconnected and on autopilot. So I have to be very intentional and raise my standard to ensure that I am talking with my kids and spending time with them on a regular basis. So same thing with my bride, right? Anyone who knows me knows that Carmen is the greatest gift God's ever given me. I love her so much, and I have many times put it on autopilot. And what I mean by that is letting other things in life, well, let's not do date night this week, right? I've got this thing that came up, or I'm not feeling good, let's not do this. Or even worse, like stop dating your significant other is such a negative thing in your relationship. And the number one way for it to go on autopilot and even like crash and burn, right? Like relationships are work, they are effort, and I don't want that to be a negative. That's a positive, right? Like it's something that you work towards because you love that person. So like for me and Carmen, like having date nights every week, going dancing, meeting one-on-one with each other every Sunday and every Monday for our business and saying, hey, how did you do last week with your personal goals? What are you gonna do differently this week? And how can I help you in your pursuit of fulfillment and joy in your life as an individual and to grow closer to God? And how can I show you that I love you? Right? Does this mean that when I receive that request for service of love every week that I nail it every time? It does not. But what it does mean is that I make it a priority every week to meet with my bride, with my significant other, and say, hey, I didn't show you the love affirmation you asked of me, right? Is that still important to you this upcoming week? Because I really, really want to make sure and show you that I love you. And just the action of taking the time to meet shows each of us that our relationship is still very important to one another. And that doesn't mean life doesn't get in the way and that we don't fail. No, it just means that we make it a priority every week. So our standard is we meet every week. We discuss how each other's week has gone and how can we show each other that we love each other, right? And so say I miss a love affirmation one week. That's what we call it. Is how we show each other love, is love affirmation. It's not about how I think I can serve Carmen. It's about what Carmen asks me. Like, I love to bring Carmen flowers. Are they meaningful to Carmen? Yes, absolutely. But is that Carmen's love affirmation every week? No, it's not. Sometimes it's, hey, I would, working out hard, I'd really love to get a full body massage twice this week. Or I'd really love for you to help me hang things up in my office to help personalize it. And I could use your help with tools and everything else. I need a second set of hands. It's things that I may not even know that are important to her if I don't meet with her. right? So showing the people in your life, raising the standard for your relationships is so important. And one of the main signs to know that needs to happen is if you think about your key relationships right now and you're like, crap, they are on autopilot. Or maybe some are and some aren't, right? And we need to give a little more attention to those other relationships. So number 3, are your relationships, important relationships, on autopilot? Let's go attack that and raise your standard. Number 4, what you know to do and not doing it, and the gap between knowing and doing, right? And what I mean by that is when you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you're not actually doing it, right? And it's kind of like you're stuck, right? It's like your brain's saying, go do this, but your body's like not moving, it's not taking action. This is where your standard lives, right? This is where setting a standard in that area and saying, hey, I'm gonna take action moving forward. Because without action, dreams and faith are dead, right? I know you probably heard that statement. We have to take action. We have to exercise our free will towards the things that we want in life and that are important to us, or they're not gonna happen, right? So if you're feeling like, I know what to do, but I'm not doing it, you need to raise that standard in your life, guys. And it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, right? Let's raise the standard. Let's say, hey, this week, I'm gonna take action and I'm gonna do it daily. Or every other day, I'm gonna take action on this. I'm gonna put it on my calendar. I'm gonna dedicate time to it. And then I'm gonna act on it. I'm not gonna let something else get in the way, because the way that the devil works and tries to put ideas and talk on the other side of our brain, that's that other little voice saying, hey, you're tired, or hey, you need to go do this. When really what's important is where you set your standard, okay? And number 5 is you're tired, but it's not physical, right? Like you're getting body rest, you're sleeping at night, you're giving yourself the right food, but your soul seems tired, decision fatigue, moral compromise. You're giving up on things that you know are important to you, but you're just allowing them to happen, and you're allowing yourself to do things that are against what you have already established are so important to you. This is a sign you need to raise your standard. This could be in health, this could be in relationships, this could be in your professional life, this could be in any category of your life where you're feeling tired, but it's not a physical thing, it's your soul is tired, right? You have that decision fatigue and you haven't given up, but you just feel like, man, like I am resting, I'm eating good, I'm doing these things, and maybe it's you've let up on exercise, right? And exercise is a big energy booster for you. Like getting up and going to the gym, 3 or 4 days a week really brings you great energy and keeps you healthy, and you stop that one thing, right? You stop that one thing, or maybe you're going 1 day a week instead of 4. Raise that standard back up and stick to it, right? Because those little bitty bites of the elephant, you eat an elephant one bite at a time, those little bitty things that you think you're compromising that aren't important, you're letting yourself down, you're lowering your self-confidence. So let's build that back up. Let's set the standard, let's take action on it, and let's be very intentional with doing what's important to us today. Hey guys, so let's reflect here. We've covered 5 different signs that should tell us and cue us, hey, I've let my standard slip, I need to raise it. And remember, a standard is something you never fall below, right? So never, right? Like you've got to be true to yourself and build your confidence and know that you're going to keep your promises to yourself, right? So which of these 5 categories or signs hit you the hardest? And let's make a commitment to one another, right? I'm going to take a hard look too and say, which of these 5 categories am I lacking today that I need to raise my standard? And let's hold each other accountable. You just need to raise your standard in one area and watch the ripple effects. And it doesn't take long to see these ripple effects. I mean, it happens so fast in many situations. So let's do it together. Let's pick one area of your life where you've been settling, and right now, write down a new standard, and this week, live like it's already true. Don't worry about the past. The past doesn't The past is for us to learn from. It's not to decide how we're going to live in the future or how we're going to spend our time moving forward, right? Live in the present based on the future you want and learn from your past where you may have dropped the ball, where you may need to raise the standard, and let's change that standard in your life and live the best version of you. So if this stirred something in you and really made you think like, hey, I need to change something, well, share it with a brother, share it with a friend of yours who you think may need this, or maybe they're doing great and it's just something you feel like they could hear from. So subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, and leave a rating. If you believe in this and the message that I'm sending, like, please leave a rating, share it with your friends and family, and I'll see you at the next one. Until then, don't just live, but thrive. Live by your standards, set them high, and let's go be our best versions of ourselves together. God bless. I'm Chris Cavnar, your host, and I hope you have an amazing day.